All right, good morning, everyone. Hope you're having a great start to your Wednesday. Overnight, we had a lot of storms. We had heavy rain and hail, so a bit of a different pattern. That rain has already moved out. You can see that it's way past, we're looking at already past Louisiana, so it has moved, out of the San Antonio area, out of the Texas region, and we have just a little bit of some storms to the north of us, north of Austin. You can kind of see them pop up here on the radar. But that's really about it. Just a little small line here near Waco. But for us right now, we're just looking at a lot of clear skies and just a couple of smaller clouds. But like I said, we have a big change that's coming up from yesterday where we had that severe weather, and so we're just going to have some really nice weather that's going to be coming up, and we'll talk all about that in just a moment. So I want to give you a live look outside so you can see we have just a little, we have the cloud coverage, but it's really nice out there. It was pretty chilly this morning. We were in the 50s, and now we're going to quickly warm up with all of that sunshine. So a very different day is in store for your Wednesday. Can see over Calaveras Lake a lot of blue skies and a little bit more clouds there towards Morgan's Wonderland. But that's about it. Let's take a look at our temperature right now. Like I said, a beautiful day out there, 64 degrees, and we have very dry air in place, so it's going to feel pretty chilly, and it's also very windy. Right now we have a west wind at 16 miles per hour, but those winds are going to pick up, and we'll look at those winds as well. But we're going to have some pretty breezy conditions throughout the day. And also, that doesn't help for the allergies. If you're going to be, if you feel like you're sneezing a lot today, or, anything that relates to those allergy qualities. One reason could be because we have a very heavy oak right now, over 2,000, and we're at moderate right now for mold and pecan. But let's take a look now you can really see a little bit better here on the water vapor. So I'm going to get this up, and you can see with that blue color, that was where all that moisture was bringing us a lot of that rain, a lot of those storms. It just kind of blew up very quickly overnight and then pushed out of our area late this morning around 1 a.m. But you can see now we're in this orange color, so we have very dry air, and that's going to make it feel very different than what we had yesterday. So behind this front that we also have a wind advisory. So not in Bexar County, but to the west of our region, we're at a wind advisory from 1 o'clock to 7, so not yet. But just something to keep in mind, because we are going to have very breezy conditions behind the front, even in San Antonio. With this wind advisory that's in the brown color, sometimes it can still knock down tree limbs, even power lines and things like that. So you just want to kind of be aware of your surroundings when we have these wind advisories in effect. And also this pink color is a red flag warning, so definitely don't burn anything. Definitely don't be flicking any type of fire hazards around, because fires will start very quickly in these pink areas. And so now let's just get straight to it. Let's look at these winds. San Antonio at 16 miles per hour. Take a look as we go farther south into the west. Eagle Pass is at 25 miles per hour. Corpus Christi at 21. Brownsville is at 18. And as we put this into motion, we have this one model that's giving us these future wind gusts at over 30 miles per hour. And you can see to the west, they're very, very breezy, very, very strong winds. Del Rio is at 43 miles per hour for the wind speed. This is at this afternoon at 12:30. And then as we put this into motion for later in the afternoon, it really picks up in San Antonio, 38 miles per hour. Kerrville, Fredericksburg, even higher wind speeds at 41 miles per hour. Uvalde at 43 miles per hour. So we really just want to, like I said, just be very wary if you have things outside on your front porch or on your back porch that can easily be blown away, even doors, things like that. Be careful when you open your car door because it can fling open. because we have a very strong north wind, but that is going to make it feel a little bit cooler outside. So some good news with the wind. And then tonight, still windy, 32 miles per hour, but it finally will die down by tomorrow morning. You can see the kind of those colors already start to go away by tomorrow early morning at 5:30. But now let's take a look at these very nice temperatures. So this cold front made us just really spring-like, feels really good outside. You can see right now we're at 64 degrees. Bernie is in the 50s. They're at 59 degrees right now. Kerrville at 58. So cooler conditions as we go to the northwest. Rock Springs is at 55. Floresville at 65, so a little bit warmer as we go farther south. George West is in the 70s, 74 right now. Warmer along the coastline, but these are really, really nice conditions, especially with that drier air. It's just going to feel really comfortable outside, and so you really want to enjoy today because we're looking at high temperatures only in the 70s. So it's going to be a really nice day, really beautiful to be outside and kind of just enjoy these nice temperatures. But like I said, it still will be very breezy out there. So as we go into the rest of the day, let's take a look at those temperatures. Like I said, beautiful outside. It looks really nice until you go out, and like I said, if you're holding anything, it can kind of very easily fly away with these winds. But we are at around 74 degrees by 2 o'clock, 76 by 3 o'clock, and really we're just going to stay in the 70s. So, I mean, like I said, really enjoy it because we're going to have some changes come up, and it's going to be very, very warm for the next couple of days. So that's really going to be the big change we're looking at. And in April, you know, we just started, but it does start to get warmer. So we're going to usually temperatures start out in the 70s, and then we just get warmer by the end of April in the 80s for a high temperature. And so right now we're still pretty average with our temperatures, but it will slowly start to get warmer by the end of April. And so here's that humidity. Like I said, today, very, very dry. And we're going to stay just very, very comfortable, but then we're going to get into this green color. This is by next week, around Wednesday. We're going to be in almost tropical type of, weather with these dew points. When we're in the 70s, you really start to feel it on your skin, and it's just going to feel a little bit more like summertime as we go into next week. But let's take a look at the next 48 hours. Let's take a look at those temperatures. We're going to, like I said, only 70 degrees for a high at 1 o'clock. We're going to stay, cooling down by 9 o'clock in the 60s. You can see that north wind is going to get very strong. So like I said, we're going to keep with these windy conditions, very breezy, up to over 30 miles per hour all day, even into the evening. And then it backs off by tomorrow morning. Going to need a light jacket, 57 degrees to start off your day at 7 a.m. And as we get into the afternoon tomorrow, take a look how warm it gets, 82 degrees by 3 o'clock. So one of those days where you might just need to bring a jacket, but you can leave it in the car by the afternoon as you get ready for lunch because it's going to really heat up. And we're still going to have some dry air. So it still could feel pretty nice with these, with this 80-degree temperature. And tomorrow night, it cools down by 8 o'clock. So if you have plans in the evening tomorrow, it's going to feel really good with these temperatures, only 70 degrees at 8 o'clock tomorrow. But here's this big weather change. Here's what we're talking about. You can see we had that low that moved out, and now we're in this red color, so we're in kind of this this upside down U pattern, this kind of hill formation, and it's just going to stay with us. That means temperatures are going to warm, and it's just going to continue to warm. This is all the way into Sunday. We're still under that pattern. And then Tuesday, you can see that it tries to get a little bit of the next system tries to roll in. You can see this green color at just above Texas, but it's still pretty far to the north. But we will see some more cloud coverage, but that's about it. We're not looking at any rain for the next 7 days. So if you have plans to be outdoors, that's good news. It will be warm by Sunday. I would say you're definitely going to feel that humidity. And you're also going to have the clouds. But for the next couple of days, it's going to feel great. Going to feel like spring, temperatures and highs in the 80s, lows in the 50s. to start off. And, you know, like I said, even if you want to go out for a run or a walk or take the dog out in the evening, the next couple of days it's going to feel really good with that dry air and temperatures really dropping back down in the 70s for the evening. So, you know, it's really nice to kind of enjoy the day as well as you get later in the day. But all right, I'm going to keep this up for just a little bit so y'all can see what to plan for the next 7 days. And hopefully you'll have a great rest of your Wednesday, and I'll be doing the noon show. But yeah, just go ahead and enjoy the rest of your day and enjoy the next 7 days.